Alright guys, right now we're at a rock cut, which is where they've cleared through a little tiny mountain or high up area, rocky area to pave a road through. And this is great habitat for snakes. And so this is one of the kind of things to do over here in West Texas. Is there's a lot of these snakes that inhabit these rock cuts, namely gray-banded king snakes, Trans-Pecos rat snakes, black-tail rattlesnakes, mottled rock rattlesnakes. All of those guys you can find up inside these rock cuts. So it's a really popular thing to do, to snake hunt. Just shine your light through these rock cuts and see what you can find. And so that's actually what we're going to be doing right now, shining through these rock cuts, seeing if we can bag us a snake. It can be pretty monotonous because you can just shine and shine and shine and not see anything for Lord knows how long. But then whatever you do find, or if you end up finding one of the ones that people come here looking for, it ends up being a pretty darn good find. So we're going to get at it. I'm going to start shining these cuts. Now, snake hunting in West Texas is different from other states because you're required by law to have a reptile amphibian endorsement on your hunting license that you buy every single year. And you'll notice we're wearing these really fashionable reflective vests that just, in my opinion, really get the ladies. And you're also required to wear those by law, so that way if you're hunting adjacent to a roadway, passerby cars can see you. And we did hunt several rock cuts this night in hopes of catching something, and we did finally get to see this cute little red spotted toad. He was just sitting and croaking on a rock cut. And then I came across this awesome spider who was just rocking out and really just slapping his web back and forth. And so I couldn't help but just sit and dance a little bit with him. And then I saw this nice, beautiful scorpion, and he was just fat and thick, and I couldn't help but just appreciate him. And he was eating a little moth that he had caught on the wall. And then I found the ever so popular bark scorpion. He was sitting there just chewing up on his pinchers and getting some of the gunk out of there and just cleaning himself. And then I came across one of my favorite arachnids. It's called the camel spider, or sulpugid. And these guys are just insanely fast. They've got these modified like scorpion pincher mouth part things that can just saw through prey. And they're awesome. They're completely harmless, but their bite definitely does not look fun. You can't hunt a rock cut without seeing at least a dozen black widow spiders. They're all over the place. And then I did finally come across my first snake. It was this cute little baby western diamondback rattlesnake. He was adorable, acting like a pancake and just playing the you don't see me card and sitting very, very still. And luckily, as the night went on, we did start to find some rock cuts with plenty of prey items there. We saw several of these spiny lizards sleeping in some of the plant life around these rock cuts. And so that made me hopeful, because I was thinking, hey, we're seeing prey. Maybe things will start kicking up for us. And so we continued the hunt, continued to shine the cuts, and continued to look for all the snakes on our list. While walking these cuts, you just dream of catching a gray-banded king snake, known locally as Lamprobeltis alterna. And so you're just walking and just hoping you see those nice bright orange saddles. And I still remember the first time I caught mine. I caught mine back in 2007. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was actually driving down the road and I didn't even spot the sucker. It was my good friend who spotted the sucker. And I drove right by it, and my buddy Matt Farney said, "Orry, stop the truck, turn around, it's something good." And I said, "Are you sure?" Because he is notoriously famous for making me stop for sticks and random stuff like that. But for some reason, I trusted him this time, and I turned around and drove back, and to lo and behold, there was my first gray-banded king snake, an absolutely gorgeous, medium-hued Blair's morph. And she was stunning. And to be able to live that experience again would be quite amazing. But it is one of those things kind of out of your control. You either get to see it or you don't.
Oh my gosh, y'all! Oh my gosh! Thank you, Lord! Look at this, baby! Oh my gosh! Orry, would you please explain this to us?
I love you. I love you. Oh my gosh.
Orry, would you please explain us what we just rolled up on?
This is a light-hued Blair's morph gray-banded king snake right here.
And how many of these snakes, Orry? That guy said he caught a week.
302.
And we caught one the first night, baby. Woo!
Oh my gosh, dude.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yes,
This is the greatest day of my life.
Yes!
Jimmy, I love you. You are good luck. I don't care what anyone says.
Yes!
Woo!
One down, baby. We can still got more to come. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I continued shining rock cuts even after looking for hours for snakes. But one thing I came across I did not expect to come across. And honestly, the only way you can put yourself in my shoes the best way possible and really hear what I heard, try and use headphones for this next part. Because while you're out there in the dark, you come across some very interesting things. But I have never, ever in my life come across this before. And I'm not going to lie, it had me pretty darn nervous and pretty darn scared.
You see the scariest things out here. Oh my gosh. Did you ever hear it? Mm-hmm. What is that? This is like the second time we've heard like the scariest noises. This thing over there, I don't know if you guys can hear it. It is hissing so loud, and it sounds just like a bull snake, but I've never had a bull snake hiss at me from so far away. So my first thought was, get the heck out of Dodge. And so that's what we did. It is still hissing. Can you hear it? We gotta see about this thing.